Hi everyone, how are we all doing, and welcome back. Let's not mess around and jump straight into this. So you're new to Battlefield 5, you see the medic class and you're not really too sure what it's about, so I'm here to help you. So essentially you're the healer of the game. Your role is to heal teammates, revive them and get them back in the fight, capturing objectives and eliminating enemies. To do this, you have a sort of range of gadgets and weapons at your arsenal, mainly being SMGs and bolt action carbines. So from this you'll be sort of fighting close to extremely close to medium range, and sometimes long range with the bolt action carbines. So when reviving and healing teammates, there's different symbols to help indicate sort of what's what. So when reviving a teammate or squad mate, you'll see this symbol. Obviously with a teammate it's blue and a squad mate it's green. And then when somebody needs healing, it doesn't matter if it's a teammate or a squad mate, you'll get this symbol. So this kind of helps you sort of identify who's who, and maybe who to go for first. Say if it's a squad mate and you're sort of the last one alive in your squad, it might be best to pick them up just so you got more respawn points and everything in between. I found the best weapons to use for me personally for sort of different situations. So for sort of extreme close range, clearing buildings and sort of narrow choke points and stuff like that would be the Suomi and the Tight to A. These are real high rate of fire SMGs, like up in like I think the Type 2A's got like 1,000 RPM, or close to that, and it's with some specking out you can get to 1,000, so it's ridiculously quick. Same with the Suomi, that's sort of more of an accurate version of the Type 2A, still good fire rate. The ZKW is another good one, which can be expected to have a high rate of fire, and the Type 100 is a good one for sort of that medium, close to medium range in distance, and the Thompson is a good sort of all round close range SMG. For bolt action carbines, I found that the jungle carbine is sort of my go-to. It's a 1 to 2 shot kill, depending on where you hit on the body. So tips for the medic class in general: smoke is your best friend. Like this will help you in so many situations, being able to cover teammates and revive them, and sort of close gaps to enemies and everything like that. Now you can have smoke as a gadget, so as a grenade launcher, and you can also equip it as sort of a main grenade. So instead of taking a frag grenade in, you have a smoke grenade, which I highly recommend because for a medic class, like smoke, I prefer smoke over the grenade just because you can get way more out of it, like way more bang for your buck out of it really. Whether it be being able to revive more teammates or using it to close gaps like of large open areas and be able to press enemies through sort of open fields and sort of block windows and doors so they can't peek you as you're moving around the battlefield. I found that the bandage is better than the med box, as as the med box, teammates have to pick it up. So what that means is with the bandage you can throw the bandage at teammates, they don't have to interact with you or anything like that, whereas the med box you have to put it on the floor and they have to run over and pick it up. So it's just easy to be able to spam the sort of use button and throw it out to them so they can sort of get healing and don't have to think about looking for a med box. And also it sits on the floor as well, so it can be a bit harder to see during the chaotic of battle. So that's sort of general tip. One more tip actually, I just remembered. You don't feel pressured into reviving everybody. There's sometimes in certain situations where you need to preserve your own life, where it be sort of for the betterment of your team. Because otherwise, what will happen is, you run out there and just end up dying because there's too many enemies or you don't have enough smoke. So just the more you play the medic, you sort of get to use these experiences to be able to pick out. I know sometimes people might flame you and stuff like that, but in the long run, it's more better for your team if you're alive in some situations. So just running out there, reviving the guy, and then you both get killed or something like that. So the more you play though, the better you sort of be able to judge these situations. So here's a few clips now, sort of me using smoke in different situations to give you a better idea of kind of what to do and what to kind of expect. So let's jump into it. So as you can see in this clip, my teammate's just gone down outside of cover. Really, there's not much cover going on. There's quite a few sort of areas that can be shot from. So I know the enemy are coming from that sort of direction where I threw the smoke. So I throw it at a longer distance, just so when they have to push through the smoke, they won't be on top of me. So I have more chance of shooting them, and they'll be a bit more kind of confused at where I am. I won't just be straight in front of them. So here my teammate's gone down on top of the wall, and I know there's quite a few enemies around me. We're right next to a flag that they've captured. So here I kind of just spam the smoke and try and get as much cover as possible to revive him and get him back in the fight, just so we have another spawn point. So this kind of situation is being having a smoke grenade and the smoke launcher. So this clip sort of demonstrates what I was speaking about earlier, is kind of picking when to revive, kind of pick the situations best and not go in there and sort of value your life more. You know, it's just your survival is key, as just as anybody else is on the battlefield. So I was up top and sort of scanning the area and seeing kind of what was going on before I just jumped down there, making sure nobody's going to run around the corner as I jump down to revive him. Also the guy goes down again, but this is an excellent sort of example of using the smoke as a sort of cover. Obviously it's not hard cover and you can still get shot through it, but just being able to move around it and sort of find enemies. And even here, look, I don't revive this guy just because I know there's still a couple of guys sort of round here, obviously shown here, and I just didn't want to run out there as the smoke was fading and getting myself killed or becoming part of a double kill because I sort of rushed myself. So speaking of rushing, this clip shows why it's sometimes better to scan your area. So I jumped down, see my squad mates down, and sort of on the corner of the screen I saw an enemy is there lying down, so that smoke sort of saved me there. But once again, it's always about just being careful and not always jumping headfirst into the situation. So this clip's sort of just a good example of using smoke. So here I see this enemy, I shoot him a bit, hit marker him, don't actually kill him. So I feel like there might be more around here, so I just chuck a smoke down and sort of just jump on this guy and revive him, using it as cover really, and getting another extra body on the objective to help sort of defend it and capture it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it useful. If you did, make sure to give it a like, comment and subscribe, and any tips and stuff like that you have yourself. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter and Instagram as well, sort of keep up to date with everything that's going on. I'm live most days on Twitch, and the socials you can use to keep up to date with what's going on with the channel and everything else in between. So yeah guys, I'll catch you in a bit. Have a good one.